The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Sam from the National Weather Service in Wakefield. This is going to be the last, unscheduled live briefing that we're going to do for this wintry event. So I'll just get right into kind of what we're looking at this morning here. So we do have a winter weather advisory that is still in effect for portions of central Virginia, extending eastward and northeastward into the areas closer to the Chesapeake Bay, the northern neck, as well as portions of the eastern shore. Most of the snow accumulations are done as of this hour, but there still is, could be some locally slick road conditions, and I will talk about it a little bit later tonight. A little bit later in this briefing, but there could also be some light freezing drizzle in areas that stay below freezing today into tonight. But as I mentioned, we do still have some light snow ongoing across the area. I will pull in here real quick. Just take a look at the current radar. Mainly very light, precipitation for most of the area at this point. There is perhaps a little bit, still some lighter to perhaps locally moderate snow falling across far northern portions of the area, north of Richmond in the Louisa County eastward into the northern neck. There also is a batch of heavier precip in southern Virginia moving west to east, and based on what we're looking at, this could actually be some sleet moving west to east, towards southeast Virginia at this hour. But again, most of the accumulating snow is tapered off, and I will show here some of the snowfall totals that we did receive. So, generally they are in the 1 to 3 inch range, with a couple spots in excess of 3 inches, closer to 4, especially in the western portions of the Piedmont, west of Richmond. But again, generally a pretty decent early December snowfall, so about 1 to 3 inches. Looking beyond today into tonight, we will turn cold tonight, which could support some refreezing of anything that remains on any roadways today. And then looking ahead beyond today, we do dry out tomorrow. And then, again, not too much to report on the marine side, just run-of-the-mill small craft advisories. This is a current look at our winter weather advisory across the area right now. We do have, it does remain in effect for most of the 95 corridor westward towards the Piedmont, Farmville, Louisa, and then as well up on the Maryland Eastern Shore. We did take out some of these eastern counties with the update earlier this morning, and then we also took out some of the lower peninsula, such as Hampton, Norfolk, up towards Matthews County up there. As I mentioned, most of the precipitation will end over the next couple hours, but there still could be some slick spots, and then some very light freezing drizzle is still possible, in any areas that stay below freezing today. Here's a graphic just showing the ending time. So again, for most of the area, it has ended the snowfall, ending now. And then, towards the east, it may persist just for a couple more hours through the early afternoon, and then remaining mostly rain for southeastern portions of our area. Again, this is kind of the event total snow that we saw. For the most part, this is generally accurate. It might be a little high on the southern fringes here, but good portions of the area saw 1 to 2 to 3 inches. As I mentioned, little to no additional accumulation, and then um, we likely will see some melting this afternoon, even if temperatures kind of hover around freezing. But um, yeah, and then speaking of temperatures, here are our highs today. So areas across the west and northwest particularly have the best chance of staying near or perhaps even just a little below freezing this afternoon. And then warming well above freezing east of 95 and especially over southeast Virginia. And then tonight we'll have to watch for any residual snow or slush on the roads to refreeze. Best chance of freezing temperatures is again kind of from our I-95 corridor counties and then points west and northwest. And then it will be a little milder tomorrow with highs, in the low to mid 40s. I won't go over this timing slide, in much detail, but I will just leave it here. Again, any light snow tapers off, and perhaps just maybe some lingering freezing drizzle in areas that stay below freezing. But beyond that, we could also see some fog develop tonight. Temperature trends here next couple days. Again, today will be the coolest. We do warm up a little bit for the weekend, and then have another strong cold front that moves through later Sunday, which returns temperatures back into the 30s and 40s for highs Monday, and then another gradual warming trend as we head into the middle to end of next week with mid to potentially some upper 50s. And then overall remaining quite chilly at night with 20s and 30s for our lows, and then maybe a couple spots dip below 20 Sunday night and Monday night. And then in terms of any other chances of rain, it's really looking like today was really the major thing to look at. Beyond then, just low end chances for maybe a sprinkler or two Monday. Again, just kind of reiterating what I've already said here, but we do have that low pressure system kind of front south of the area that brought the snow last night into this morning, drying out for the weekend, and then we get that strong cold front that moves through later Sunday, which brings mainly dry conditions and cold temperatures for the beginning of next week. Quickly shifting to the marine side, we are just expecting some lingering elevated seas kind of south of the Virginia-North Carolina border. So we do have some small craft advisories in effect still down there today. Kind of turning rather benign tomorrow, and then Sunday into Monday is when we really expect the next round of degraded marine conditions, and there could be high-end small craft to low-end gale conditions during that time. So again, the winds kind of taper off today, rather light for the weekend, and then kind of abruptly shift to the north Monday behind that front, and then kind of remaining gusty out of the southwest for the middle and end of next week, which will also lead to some building seas as we see here. So beyond that, I think that's all I have. Again, just kind of wrapping up our current wintry event. Just kind of talking about what to expect later today into tonight. Again, most of the snow is finished, but we still could see, so we'll watch out for some, perhaps some freezing drizzle for areas that stay cold today and tonight. I think that's all I have. So I will stop the recording here and then